Hey guys, just wanted to jump on here real quick and do a really quick update on the citrus. I think the last update was about 2 weeks ago, so we're going to walk through and I'm going to show you what I got. So we'll start right here with ruby red. As you remember, this ruby red was covered and it had lights. Last year was its first winter in the ground. Not last year, the winter before, sorry, the winter of 2023 was the first year it was in the ground. And I had 3 strands of um, lights on it. Last winter, 2024, I took it down to 2 strands because I want them to start adjusting and getting acclimated to colder temperatures. As you know, I had some losses, some wins, but it's all good. So I think I had, when I showed you this, I had 5 grapefruit right here. 2 of them have dropped off, so it looks like I have 3 that may make it. And then up here, it is starting to put out another fruit. So hopefully I will get about at least 4 grapefruit this year, which is good because I only got 1 the very first year it was in the ground. Over here we have the almighty 10-degree tangerine. That is a show off. Now, if I could just get the thing to flower, it will be really the prize of my garden. But it has not flowered yet. I do fertilize everything out here with the citrus tone. It has a really nice trunk on it, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's just too young still. But I shall wait patiently for those flowers because they're going to come eventually. And that is the 10 degree. So over here, we have the old wispy owari. And I do believe now that all this up here at the top is dead. But this branch is still pretty green, brown on the top. So I was holding out hope. And see, this looks green even. Have some greenery on here. But it's only growing from down here. And thankfully, thank God, it's not the rootstock because it's grafted here. So it is regrowing. And so I'm going to have to make a decision soon about what I'm going to cut off of this thing because I might need to make a new central leader if this green here doesn't start doing something soon. But I'm going to wait another month or so and see what it does. I may just cut that top part off and just let it bush out. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, that is the wispy owari, as I call it. Over here, I had said I thought my Mineola was lost, and it is. This was the variegated Mineola. And you see I'm getting the trifoliate leaves now. So I'm pretty sure that is the rootstock growing. And I will cut this piece off at some point in time when the rootstock gets a little bigger. I will be leaving it even though, see, one thing I like about Madison, they tell you what you got, but they also tell you what it's grafted to. So I'm going to have to do some research on that 802. Regardless of what it is, as long as it's citrus, I'm going to leave it because of the bees. It'll give them something to collect nectar from. The 3-way lemon. This was the Lisbon, the Eureka, and the Ponderosa. I'm pretty sure these 2 are dead. They never really looked that great anyway. These are the Eureka and the Lisbon. They were grafted onto a Ponderosa. And this came from Mackenzie's. And one thing I like about Stan, which frustrated me actually in the beginning because I never knew if it was grafted or on rootstock, because I never asked, I never checked. But anyway, it looks like, I'm hoping anyway, because I see a graft here. I think that's a graft. I'm hoping that the Lisbon and the Eureka were grafted onto a Ponderosa, and I'm hoping that all of this is Ponderosa. Because if it is, look at there, These are definitely not trifoliate leaves, but I don't know if there are other grafts that may not be trifoliate that are supposed to be cold hardy. I think all the cold hardy grafts are supposed to be trifoliate leaves. Not sure, but anyway, I have some kind of growth here and the leaves are not trifoliate. So I am hoping that that is the Ponderosa lemon. We'll see. And if it's grafted, I'm hoping it's grafted on something like a yuzu. I don't know if the yuzu has trifoliate leaves or not. I'll have to look into that. But anyway, I'm going to count that as a success. Over here, this was my biggest disappointment, or so I thought. This is the sugar bell. And I thought I had lost my dear old sugar bell. But look at this. Remember in the last video, I could not tell if it was coming up from the graft or where the rootstock. I mean, not the rootstock. I couldn't tell if it was coming from the scion or the rootstock. And it looks like at this point, it is definitely coming from the scion that was added to the rootstock. So it looks like the rootstock, it looks like it was attached down here. Excuse me. So it looks like Sugar Bell is still in the house, and I am so happy. Okay, I'm going to pause you for 1 second. Okay, so this was the Bloom Sweet Grapefruit, and I'm not sure if this was on its own rootstock or not, because, oh yep, no it wasn't, it was on the 942. So I guess that answers my last question that I had about the other citrus over there. This is for sure coming up off the rootstock, and it is not trifoliate. So that other citrus over there that I had questioned about may be a 942 growing as well, and I'm okay with that. And it looks like there's going to be a 942 here in this location. Actually, I have some 942s. I'm going to have to check their leaves when I get over there to them. Okay, so Bloom Sweet did not make it, even though I had it protected against this wall from the north winds, and it was getting more sun for a longer amount of time than any of the other citrus in the yard. It just did not make it. Okay, not a citrus. I don't think it's in the citrus family, but I had showed this Ogeechee lime in one of the videos, and I just wanted to show you again because now it is putting out its fruit and flowers. So this is the Ogeechee lime tree. Maybe this year I might get a chance to taste them if I figure out when they're going to be ripe and get to them before the creatures get to it. But that's the Ogeechee lime, and I planted that in May of 2023. Over here is one of the pineapple guavas. It has rebounded nicely. This is another 942, I think. Let me make sure because I'm seeing trifoliate leaves on here. Ouch. Feeling those thorns. Ouch. Nope, it is the Seville or the bitter orange. Okay, so again, that one did not lose any of its leaves at all. And I have several of these, and they seem to be really cold hardy. This one was never protected. Actually, I never even think about this one over here, because honestly, I just forget about it. And then here's another pineapple guava. These are my newest ones. They're a couple of years old maybe, or a couple of years in the ground. I have another one up front that's been in the ground a few years. I'm gonna pause you again. And if you require here, recall. If you recall, here is where the big giant 942 is at. That did not make it. I was going to leave it just to see what it was going to do, but I decided it's taking up prime space. So I have something else I'm going to put there, I think. So I pulled it up and discarded it. I'm going to touch on this apple real quick. I think I also mentioned it in the last video. This was the Summers Banana Apple. As you can see, I did go ahead and cut it down. And it is grafted here. So I reached out to the seller. Ooh wee, I got some aphids on there. I'm spraying today. I got to make sure I get that. But anyway, I reached out to the seller and he advised me to let these two shoots grow for a month and then pull off the strongest, which looked like it's going to be that one, and let it create another central leader. He said it will bounce back faster than I know. Look at those stinking things. I got you. As soon as I'm finished this video, I got you. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut off that weaker one in about 30 days and let the other one, I may not even wait 30 days because I can see which one is going to be the strongest already. It's going to be that one, or at least it's the biggest. And so that is the Summer Banana Apple that got damaged by the deer. Here is one of the first 942s that I planted. Oh, why do I keep saying 942? This is one of the first Seville bitter oranges that I planted. Sometimes I see it as Seville, sometimes I see it as bitter orange. I bought it as a bitter orange, so I'm going to call them bitter oranges. So you can see they have the trifoliate leaves as well. No damage, was not covered, nor heated or anything. This winter, there was no leaf drop. And I'm glad to see it is finally starting to spread out a little bit because it was just one branch going straight up forever, I thought. So that is the bitter orange, one of the first that I purchased. Here is the second one. Actually, I purchased them at the same time. This is also a bitter orange. And again, no loss, no damage in zone 7B. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought I had me some fruit, y'all. That ain't nothing but a curled up leaf over something. But anyway, no damage. So let's hit the tree line to see what's going on over there with the citrus. I have a few changes over there. So we'll start at the end this time. We usually finish with the Owari. We're going to start with the Owari this time. So this Owari was covered but had no lights, and it actually looked pretty good when I first uncovered it. It actually looks better than the Owari that I had up beside the house that was covered with lights. And I can say I don't know what happened, but we did get another frost date and I didn't even think about these plants. I did not come out here and recover it. So all those nights of being covered was for naught because I didn't recover it. So now we have growth here. And it looks like it is coming from the scion, except for that little one right there. That's definitely coming on the rootstock. So I think this Owari Satsuma has made it. Definitely grafted here because I can see where it was added. So I think we have success in that aspect, that it is still alive, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to cut all of that right there off. And then over here we have the Mewa Kumquat that was covered with that flower pot right there and was getting that little bit of light right there in it. It is doing well. Pretty much it looks like it did when it came out from underneath of the pot, except for it is getting some new growth on it. So I'm very pleased with that. And that went into the ground July of 2024. May we kumquat. One of the 942s that I thought was dead. Now see, it has trifoliate leaves. So what is that? Maybe I am getting the actual fruit off of those other trees, because that is definitely a 942. Without a doubt, these are 942s, because I got those from Madison, and they're very meticulous about their labeling. But look here. Huh, that's odd. So I have trifoliate leaves, but I also have a leaf that is not trifoliate. Oh, if they ever wanted to confuse me, this is it. More down here that's not trifoliate. Well, back to the drawing board. I guess I'll just have to wait to see what those trees put out. Huh. That is very odd. Okay, y'all. Anybody's guess at this point. I like surprises, so it is good. Over here is the another bitter orange. Again, I don't have to keep saying about the bitter oranges, because I don't think anything can kill these things. But no leaf loss, no anything. The 942 that I thought was doing good, I'm pretty sure it's dead. The one that I thought looked better than everything else growing over here. Let's see. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Ha! All is not lost. Look at that, y'all. Okay, we have a survivor. Sweet! Oh, I'll definitely cut this dead part off when this green gets a little bit bigger. Man, I probably shouldn't have dug up that big one back there, but oh well. Hindsight's always 20/20, isn't it? Okay, y'all, look at this. Now remember, this is the lemon tree that was planted from seed. And I'm gonna tell you, I was over here looking at this thing a few days ago, and these were not here. I don't think. I can't even remember. Okay, so, man, I'm gonna have to go look at that other video. I don't think those were there, but we've had rain like crazy for like 4 days, and maybe that's what it needed. I started those seeds March of 2023. Oh shoot, I don't know what I'm gonna get y'all, but a lemon is a lemon. And on a side note, I was looking at, well, I'll wait for that. Okay, here's another 942 that survived. So all is well. My daughter always calls me when I'm making a video. Okay, excuse me. Now, now definitely another 942 came with the same shipment from Madison at the same time. Now look at those leaves. And then we have trifoliates down here. Okay, so like I said, I am truly baffled on those other ones that I thought survived, because maybe they're on their rootstock. This is the flying dragon. Oh, let me get over here. Flying dragon, is that what it's called? Let me make sure. Yep, flying dragon. Okay, so this is the flying dragon. This, like the bitter Seville, never took any damage, never lost any of its leaves, was not covered, just out. And I like that. And that was one of the Barbados cherries. That's the one that died first. I just kind of left it there, but it's dead. Hoping for a miracle, I guess. Let's look at these lemon seeds that I put out here. I mean, not lemon. Well, Cold Hardy citrus, because I got a bunch of citrus from Stan McKenzie, and I just put the seeds out here in different places, and they're coming up. I have no idea what they are, what kind of citrus they are, other than that they are cold hardy. Look at that. Rain done washed that all the way up out the ground, and it was still living. Wow. Okay. I'm impressed. And here's more over here. These are much bigger. At some point in time, I'm going to have to thin them out and separate them so that as they get bigger, they'll have room to grow. These are some cuttings I took from that 10-degree tangerine last winter when I cut it back so that I can cover it. And I don't know what it's doing besides this one is dying. Those are still green, but they're not putting out any growth or anything. So I'm not sure if they're rooted or they're just surviving. So they're not bothering anything, so I'll just leave them there. And it seems like I had some more seeds over here somewhere, but maybe not. Okay, this might be, did I just put this in the ground? I can't remember. Not sure. Anyway, I know I just recently added this to the tree line. I think this might have been, yeah, this was one that was in my pot, I think. I decided to take 2 of them out of the pots, I do believe. Let me see. Yeah, this is another Owari. So that one's been in the ground for a couple of months maybe. Definitely this year, after the weather broke. That is my second Owari. I'm trying this one out at the tree line without covering to compare it to the Owari that has covers and lights and still defoliates. So that's my test Owari. Over here, this definitely was in the pot. This is the Sukari. Oh no, it's not. It's the Thomasville. This Thomasville I had in the pot. I decided to bring it over here and put it at the tree line as well. Haven't decided if I'm going to cover that this year or not, but I probably will, because I really don't want to lose that. Over here, that I put that Thomasville where this 942 was, because I thought this 942 was dead, but I didn't want to throw it away. And it looks like that was a good decision because I'm seeing some green on there. So that 942 may come up, but I need to really do better with the planting because I just really stuck it over here, to be honest. And then I came out the next day, some critter had dug it up. So that's how I know it really wasn't in deep. Okay, here's another 942. I do believe, yep, that's a 942. And again, if I don't have anything else around here, y'all, I'm gonna have some 942 citrus. All right, this one I put in the ground. Oh. Okay, so this one is Brown Select. Now this is one of the ones I said I was not going to put in the ground because I was tired of losing citrus. But there was another Barbados cherry here, and it's right there. I'm sure that thing is dead. But anyway, I pulled that up because it had the water barrel, and I put this Brown Select there. And when I tell you, when I put it here, there were no buds on it. And look at this. That baby is giving me some fruit, or at least it's trying to. Now, hopefully, my bees will find it. Yep, that's a Brown Select. See, Madison puts the actual date they were born, 9/5/24. So not even 1 year old. Wait, what does it say, 9/5? Look, I'm dyslexic, y'all. 5/9/24. So not even a year old. It's putting out fruit. And I have my temperature gauge on this one. I took it off of the grapefruit that was behind the building and put it over here. And I am just, man, I'm happy. I'm going to have some fruit. I'll definitely have to cover that since it's fruiting. All right, I'm going to pause you for just a minute. Okay, so this is the Sakari, and something's going on with its leaves. I'm going to have to look that up. Probably some kind of deficiency because I do not believe that I have fertilized. Also, I see some roots coming up down. Oh, let me get my shadow out the way. There's some roots coming up. So I need to get some more soil or something on that. But this is the Sakari. I put that over here because I wasn't sure what this is going to do. That's my lemon tree that I had started from seed back in either 2018, 19, somewhere in there. I can't even remember. But I'm going to leave it because y'all look at this. Let's see. I think, I do believe it is sitting up some new shoots, some new growth. Wow. That's good to know because that is a very old lemon tree, the oldest citrus tree I have out here. And I'm sure I'm going to have to cut all that brown stuff off of it. But I guess I'm going to have to count that as a success. Well, let's count it as half and half because I really don't know what that is coming up. It might be a weed. I'm not sure. But I got to get back over here and do something with this. Okay. I think I covered all the citrus. I think. But let me show you something else. I don't know if it's growing yet. So I have these goji berries. These are red. And anything that they say takes off or spreads like crazy or can be cumbersome, I put over here next to the tree line so it can go do what it wants to do. So I found these black goji berries. And all of the reviews say, and they aren't up yet. Anyway, I planted them here. But all of the reviews say that they taste like water, but they supposedly are thorny and kind of just run everywhere. So I put them over here. And if that's what they're going to do, they can do that here. Here is a persimmon tree, and I'm pretty sure it's a wild persimmon because what happened is I had bought a persimmon tree and it was poorly grafted, and so the graft and the scion wood totally split into like 3 pieces. Of course, the scion didn't have any roots on it, so I took the rootstock, I put a piece of it here, a very small piece, and so I'm glad to see that's growing. And then over here, I put the bigger piece that split off of it. And so these are all going to be wild persimmons. And again, I put them at the tree line because I don't really care about over in this area. But it used to be a Eureka persimmon. Well, not used to be, but you see the Eureka portion died off. And so I have 2 wild persimmon trees growing. And I'm hoping by growing the wild persimmon, the animals will take that and leave my stuff alone. Okay. So what I was going to tell you guys before I got sidetracked, well, not sidetracked, but when I was trying to be sidetracked was, I've been looking at this juicer. My son has one, and I watched him work that thing. And I got to say, I was a little bit jelly, because that's nice. I have 3 juicers, and they're all the same. I can't think of the name of them, where all that stuff shoots out the back, and it's a lot of juice left in them. And his pulp came out absolutely, positively dry. But when he told me how much he paid for it, I couldn't justify it because it's just me. Look at that. Those are elderberries. Yes, I'm rambling right now because I just want y'all to see the elderberries. But anyway, he has the Kuvings Auto 10 juicer. That thing was $600 and something. I just could not do it. So I've been watching it, waiting for it to go on sale. And they just caught me at a really good time because it had been raining for a few days. I couldn't get outside. You know, when you can't get outside, it gets depressing. So what do? You shop online. So lo and behold, this ad pops up on the fake book page. Yep, fake book, for 20% off. Not the Auto 10, because now they have a new one with a few upgrades, but mainly the hopper is bigger. So they're giving me 20% off of that thing. Yep, I ordered it, y'all. Not only did I order that, they also have a citrus attachment. I ordered that as well. And the next morning, guess what? Lightweight buyer's remorse, because I thought I had lost my mind. $739 for that juicer before the discount, and then $40 for the citrus juicer. So by the end of the day, after I got to work out in the yard, I felt a little better. So I'm waiting for it to come. I've been to the store and I've purchased a bunch of fruits and vegetables to juice and to sorbet, because it also sorbets. It does sorbets and it does smoothies as well as juice. And it is a masticating juicer, not the one that I can't think of the name of it right now. Centrifugal. It is masticating as opposed to centrifugal. Okay, these, y'all, is my watermelon patch. In case you don't know, I'm in watermelon wars. And everybody who sees this says to me, you have your watermelon planted too close together. Maybe, maybe not. You know why? You see this roll of garlic right here? That was 12 bags of soil, dirt, potting mix, whatever you want to call it, last year. And this row from here to there, only as wide as a bag of potting soil, held 250 watermelon plants. I only had one instance where one watermelon grew on top of two, but we caught it and it came out perfect. See, my thought is this. It's like if you have a bunch of kids. Yeah, you got a bunch of kids, you got a small house, but they all fit in there. But the key to keeping them healthy is you got to have enough food for them. So I'm thinking that as long as I can feed these babies, I think they're going to be okay. So I have them here. I just stuck these here because y'all know some of the watermelon don't come up all at the same time, and I wanted to get them in the ground, so I started planting the different varieties. These came up in the little grow pots later, so that's why they're added, and that's why they're so small. But here we have the red moon and stars. Over here, with a late start, is my competition melons. I ain't gonna tell y'all what those are, just in case somebody from the team is, my competitors are watching. Then here we have the Georgia rattlesnake, another roll of Georgia rattlesnake. These are the strawberry, Charleston gray, sugar babies, another roll of sugar babies. These are called Karubi, black diamond, another roll of black diamond, Congo, and another roll of Congo. Over here, I have some watermelon of unknown variety because they came up late and I'd already taken the sticks up out of them. So these will be my personal watermelon. I won't try to sell any of those because I don't know what they are. And here was supposed to be my competition watermelon. But when I look at the leaves, I can know for sure those are not the watermelon that I should have been planting for competition, but that's what the label said. So I think I got some bad seeds, which is why I started those 4 down there, which is going to put me behind in the competition, but it's all good. Over here are my yellow and orange watermelons. So here we have what's called the Janosik, and another row, and yet another row. And then, actually I have 4 rows of Janosiks. Wow, didn't know I had that many. Up in here is the orange glow. And this right here, some random melon grew in my yard last year. It looked like a watermelon. It was striped, but it was small like a cantaloupe, and it was orange inside. And that was out of all the watermelons that I babied last year, and that was the best tasting watermelon. So anyway, that is seeds from that watermelon, and I call it a cantamelon because I just don't know what it was. And I can't wait to see what I get this year. Here is my tender sweet, 2 rows of tender sweet, and this is the Moon and Stars orange and yellow variety, or orange or yellow. I don't know what color it's going to be, but it's supposed to be one or the other. These are my Royal Goldens. I put these here to try to keep the gold, orange, yellow separated from the reds. I think I left enough room. Those two there, again, are some late start competition melons, but it's all good. And honestly, the ones that I thought was my competition melons, the leaves look like they are either, they look like they're Moon and Stars, or what's that other one that gets yellow spots on? I can't think of it right now. But anyway, here's my Jubilee. And then I have Dixie Queen, some more Black Diamond, some more Sugar Babies. And I have some seeds from a Sugar Baby Jubilee mix. So I grew them. I have no idea what these are. Just labeled the bag. There's some seeds from a watermelon last year, and I just labeled them large melon. No idea. Here we have some Congo, and let me see what this one is. These are canary melons. Again, I purchased canary melons when I went to the coast 2 years ago, and I've been growing those seeds. And some more Congo. So that is, y'all, my watermelon patch. And I had some that didn't make it, so I stuck seeds in them. And they're trying to come up. Okay, let's see. Yep, I'm bored, y'all. I'm bored. Ha! But look at this. The fig that I didn't cover, that I just planted last year. I think this is the Italian Golden. Yep. Look. Oops. It survived. I'll have to cut those off, of course, but it made it. I can't say the same for this Violet Day Bordeaux, but I'm gonna leave it and see what it does. It could be all this freaking, I can't even think of the name of it. Anyway, could be jacking with the roots. Over here is, which melon, which fig is this? I think it's the Celeste. Let's see. Yeah, that's the Celeste. And let's see if there's any figs on here yet. Oh, I got a lot of greenery. Maybe it'll help if I came out here and fertilize, huh? But I've been so focused on something else that I'm going to show you. I really don't pay too much attention to the figs, honestly. This was supposed to be the Black Mission. That's not a Black Mission that I think is a Celeste or an improved Celeste. I'm not sure. And not seeing any fruit on this one either. Not yet. Over here, I do believe is the, which fig is this? LSU Purple. Again, none of the figs were covered this year because when I covered them, they all died back anyway. And I mean, I had them covered. I put all kind of cloth around them, and I had the bee boxes around them, and I got nothing. So I have shown y'all the panache or panache fig, and I forgot to show it to you this time, but it's doing well still. And I always forget about 2 other figs that I have. This one right here, I actually won, oh my God, from Odom. I can't remember the rest of his YouTube channel. But anyway, this is a Cadodo fig. And I always forget about that one. And I have a brown turkey over here. This video's getting long, so I'm gonna pause it. This is my first year Aronia berry. Little small thing. I got that from, oh shoot. I'll think about it. Let me see, it might be on the label. He's up in Virginia. This is the Aronia Viking. And man, what is it? I keep wanting to say 7 because I'm thinking about something else. Anyway, I can't think of the name of the place I got it from. But let me show you this. Oh, let me show you this. Was not expecting to get persimmons this year, but it appears that all of my persimmon trees are putting out fruit. So I'm super, super, super geeked about that. This one is the Fuyu. The one over there by the lemon tree that I did not show you is also fruiting. It's called the Ichikikai Jiro or something like that. And let me show you. This is my oldest pineapple guava tree. It has never fruited, but it did put out flowers last year, and I'm telling you, those flowers were really good. So I put this here because I wanted to see how big it would get, if it would cover my carport. And it's kind of taking a little bit too long for what I wanted to do, so it's going to be so low right there by itself. This is a piece of a cutting of one of my fruit trees, plum nectarine. Not sure which one. I cut it off last year, stuck it in some soil. It rooted, so I moved it over here. All right, I'm about to pause you because I gotta go turn this fence off so I can look. Damn deer. I got all kind of stuff in my yard that makes noise, and they still freaking come. So my latest attempt is, I've been playing my music all night with the window open, hoping they hear the music and stay out of my freaking yard and garden. All right, hold on. Okay, let's see. You see that thing? It normally makes noise when I come up close to it. There you go. It's supposed to deter the deers. You think it's working? I don't think it's working. Okay, this is a Shiro plum tree that I started from a scion cutting. And this is the first year it has given me plums. Actually, you know what? I just told a lie. This is not the Shiro. I went to show you the base and realized it's not the Shiro. This is the Alberta. This is the Alberta peach tree. Still the first year it's given me plums. I mean peaches. And I planted this thing, I do believe it was last year. Actually it wasn't. April 23. Okay, here is the Shiro plum tree. One of 3 that I planted from a scion cutting that was probably about 6 inches long, maybe 8 inches, something like that. And it's giving me its first plums this year. We have some more down here. And see here how it's so low to the ground? That's because it was literally a little piece of scion, straight piece of wood, nothing else. I have 3 of those and they're all fruiting. One actually fruited last year for me. I think I got about 4 plums off of it. Here's the honey jar. Look at these darn deer. I'm gonna get their butts. This is my honey jar jujube. Got this last year, I'm pretty sure. September of 24. So let's see, you can see it is fruiting. That's jujube. This is a beauty berry, hasn't started fruiting yet. I have 2 of those. Just bought those last year. They're different. Taste is really different, but they're pretty. They're real pretty, like purple. Okay. Let's go into, oh, look at this. It looks like those suckers, I know those deer haven't gotten in here. I know they didn't go through this fence. I know good and darn well I just turned that fence off. Now I'm gonna have to check it. Cause it darn sure looks like they've been in here playing around. Ha! Oh, shoot. They're declaring war. Look at that. Definitely deer tracks, isn't it? Well, what else could it be? They're pretty deep though. What is that? Okay, I'll have to figure it out later because something's been in here. Something definitely has been in here. For sure. Look over there. Y'all tell me, you deer people, are these deer tracks? I think they are. Did the freaks jump the fence? All right. Okay, let me get back on task. Okay. Here is the Flaming Fury peach tree. This year it is loaded. It has dropped a lot. I've pulled a lot off. I imagine it's going to drop some more. But right now, it is just absolutely loaded with peaches. You see it's still dropping them. And I thought they were safe, but it looks like I have a new concern. I really do. Okay, so that is the Flaming Fury peach tree. See, y'all, now my thought pattern is all jacked up because of those tracks that I see in here. Here is the second Shiro plum that was started from a scion cutting. And you can see that one as well. It's low to the ground, but it has lots of fruit on it. It actually has more fruit than the other one. See if you can see them in there with all that greenery. Y'all just don't know. Boy, I'm telling you. Okay, let's see. This is, I do believe, so this is one of my persimmons, another persimmon. It is, and it's fruiting as well. I think this is the one that I actually got for free because they sent me the wrong, Tananishi persimmon, because they sent me the wrong box. And so I think this is actually an astringent one. You have to wait until it's absolutely soft before you eat it. But it's giving me fruit this year. Let's see, we'll go over here to the other jujube. This is the Lee jujube. And just like the honey jar, it's fruiting as well. Let's see if you can see. It's fruiting. Has quite a bit of fruit on it. My strawberries are about gone. I picked those. This is the Blue-Eyed Plumcot. Which one is it? Spring Satin Plumcot, I think. You see, even though I'm spraying, I'm getting little bites of something because it keeps raining. A freaking ant. It keeps raining every time I spray, or within a day of me spraying. So we're supposed to have at least 5 days of good days today. So I'm going to spray again, and then I'm going to, here's something down here you can see. Then I'm going to cover these up today. And let's see, yeah, it is the Spring Satin Plumcot. Then over here was supposed to be 3 years ago, 4 years ago, can't even remember anymore, my Instant Orchard Fantasia nectarine. Needless to say, it was not an Instant Orchard. And this year is the first year it's actually giving me any fruit at all. So I'm not gonna say all Instant Orchard is BS, but I'm calling this one being an Instant Orchard BS. And I spent quite a bit more money than the regular one to get an Instant Orchard because I was tired of waiting. And anyway, I'm not gonna vent about that, but that is the Nectarine Fantasia that was supposed to be an Instant Orchard in February of 2022 when I purchased it. So 3 years later, I'm getting fruit from an Instant Orchard tree. Then here is the Methley Plum, big sucker. Don't have many fruit on it. I think, oh, I see one here. I didn't see that one before. So there's one there. Is it in there? Yeah, there's one there. And again, this is the first year for this one fruiting as well. And I have another one here. There's not many on here. I think maybe 5 I've seen. Might be less now since those freaking tracks is right there. But anyway, let's see. Here is the other Shiro. Started from Scion cutting, and it has plums on it this year as well. First, let's see, I think I got fruit from this one last year. I got fruit from one of them, and I can't remember which one, but one of them did fruit last year and 2 of them did not. This thing, pineapple pear. It is my oldest pear tree. I have taken that center out twice, and it continues to grow back like that. So I'm going to leave it because I bought that when I didn't know about standard, dwarf, semi-dwarf, and all that good stuff. And that is a standard tree, so I guess it's going to do its standard thing. This is another pear tree I do believe that I got last year. Megitsu pear. Hasn't fruited yet. I think this is an apple tree over here. I'm pretty sure this is the June transparent June or June transparent or something like that. Yellow transparent. It's supposed to give apples in June, but of course it's not going to do it this year. This is part of the free package that I got with that persimmon tree. This is another Fuji apple. So I have 2 of those now because they were my favorite apple. And it definitely needs to be sprayed. So I gotta get out here and spray today for sure. Here's another pear tree. And I think this is the Moonglow. Yeah, that's the Moonglow pear. Fairly newly planted. Here's more garlic over here. Cut off these things. Little scapes. Put that energy back into my little bulbs. Okay. This is a Olympic pear or Korean giant pear. That's fairly new to the orchard as well. And I also have one other pear tree. Y'all forgive me as I pop these real quick because I'm right here at it. Because now I'm focused on spraying and deer. And I may not get back out here to do this part. Okay, so I have one more pear over here. And grapevine, blueberry. It did not like me, so it did not grow, it died. This is a Warren pear. And I got this from a local nursery. And he grafts really, really low. It's the same person I got that summer banana from. So I guess I'm kind of happy with that. But I hope this part here is, yeah, it is, because there's this graft way down there. And so I guess I'm getting, I just seen this. This is why it's not growing. The daggone deer got me. They done got me twice, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna have to cut this off as well. Yeah, them suckers is bad. They jumping electric fences. Okay, I got something for you. I swear I do. Okay, y'all, I'm rambling now. So I think that's all for now because I have to really get busy and get the spraying and doing something with this fence. I gotta get it tested to make sure it's still working. I know I just turned it off, so I know it was on. This is a pear tree. This is the last one, y'all. This pear is Shinshiki, and I got about 4 pears off of this last year. It was the first year I put it in the ground, and it was the best pears I have ever eaten ever, because I don't like pears. It didn't have that grainy texture. It was really smooth, melt in your mouth, sweet as sweet can be. Just a really good pear. So I hope I get some more of those this year. All right, I have rambled on long enough. I think I covered, I didn't cover everything. Anyway, I covered enough. So as always, thanks for watching, guys. I'm out.